But we're going to start with our postseason awards. Drew, every year there's always, there's a Heisman favorite at the beginning of the year, and rarely do they go coast to coast as being the favorite. Last year, I think the odds-on favorite was Caleb Williams was going to repeat for the Heisman, and then he didn't do that. The year before, it was Bryce Young. They thought he was going to go back-to-back with Heismans, and he didn't. There's always that one dark horse that kind of comes up. I know my Heisman winner is a dark horse. Would you like for me to go first and reveal my team, or would you like to go first? I'll give you gentleman's choice.
Well, I mean, you're teasing it. Just go ahead and go with it.
Okay. As I'm fighting this cold, my voice is starting to crack a little bit on me. So, my 2024 college football award winners are as follows. I am going dark horse for Heisman here. I think that there's a real chance that Cam Rising of the Utah Utes is a really good quarterback this year. He's got a strong returning cast. Kyle Whittingham has an offense that fits him. He's dual threat. He runs the ball really well. He's smart. He's scrappy. I just like the guy. I think he's a likable guy that you can root for. And I'm kind of going all in, pushing my chips in on Cam Rising to win the Heisman. I think if he can be healthy, he has a real chance.
He will be the first 35-year-old Heisman winner ever.
That's it. He'll be the oldest one since like Josh White at Oklahoma back when he was like 31 winning it back in the early 2000s.
Don't talk to me about Jason White, the guy who beat Eli Manning for no reason at all.
Yeah. Coach of the year, I think Georgia is the best team. Typically, the Coach of the Year award goes to the coach of the best team, and I think that's Georgia. They're talented top to bottom. I look for Georgia to run the table, finish the regular season undefeated, and Kirby Smart win Coach of the Year. Doak Walker, maybe a shocker here to some. I think Quinshon Judkins is a phenomenal running back. He goes from a good situation at Ole Miss to a great situation at Ohio State, a great offensive line and support cast around him. I think Judkins is going to run. If he ran roughshod over the SEC defenses, he's going to friggin' feast on Big Ten defenses. Yeah. Davey O'Brien, I've said it in our episode a few weeks ago talking about Brady Cook from Missouri. Kid can flat spin it. I think he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He's going to get a ton of yards and stats throwing the ball to my Biletnikoff winner in Luther Burden III. He's probably the best wide receiver going into next year's NFL draft. He will be a top 3 to 5 pick. Big frame, big target. The biggest thing with him, he's been very durable. Knock on wood, as I say that, I don't want Missouri fans coming at me in the comments, but he's been very durable. And I think that combination of Brady Cook and Luther Burden III gets them the Davey O'Brien and Biletnikoff awards. The Mackey Award for the greatest tight end. I did some homework, did some digging. Amari Niblack at Texas has a real shot. When he was at Alabama, he only had like 18 catches or so last year, 20 catches, but 5 of them were touchdowns. And so like pretty high production rate, pretty high usage in the red zone. And I think Quinn Ewers has found him another big target. He's like that hybrid, kind of like Brock Bowers was, where he's not going to be the best blocker, although Brock Bowers could maul you much like George Kittle. Niblack is more the finesse, athletic tight end that can get out in space and get you some yards after a catch. I look for Niblack to win. Best defender in the Bronco Nagurski Award, it's Harold Perkins, not even close. One of the best linebackers we've seen in a long time in a storied position for the LSU Tigers. Harold Perkins defends sideline to sideline all 3 downs. And my Jim Thorpe Award for best defensive back is Bama transfer Caleb Downs, another one that went from a great situation in Alabama to a better one in Ohio State. I look for Caleb Downs to be the best defensive back this year.
I don't disagree with a lot of your lists. I do believe, well, I'm going to just get into mine. We have some that are the same. Mm-hmm. My husband, Jalen Milroe, I think he's going to be absolutely incredible in, don't look ahead.
Sorry.
I think Kalen DeBoer's system fits Jalen Milroe so well. I think that everybody's waiting on Alabama to take a step back, but I don't think it'll be Jalen Milroe's problem if they do. Mm-hmm. I think that he's going to be great. Coach of the year. I didn't really have any good options.
I like it.
Jimbo Fisher, man, he's still making $70 million
to sit at the house. Watch football. He can pay to watch football.
Yeah. I don't care what anybody's team looks like next year. I'm going to vote for Jimbo Fisher to be Coach of the Year. So,
it's incredible.
And what might be a shock to you, I also have Quinshon Judkins as the Doak Walker Award winner.
He's a stud, man.
He's really good. Ohio State always has a good running back. They feature a good running back every single year. I think he's really good. I think that that's the only player that left Ole Miss this year that, for football purposes, I hated to see him go. For team chemistry purposes, a lot of people were glad to see him go.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I've got my Davey O'Brien. So we planned out a lot more awards in here, and so I gave the Maxwell Award, which is like the number 2 I get, the backup Heisman rather, gave that to Dylan Gabriel, and then I went down the list to Davey O'Brien and gave it to Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
I believe that anybody who picks what's his name? Hold on.
Brady Cook.
Brady Cook. I believe that anybody who picks Brady Cook over Jackson Dart just has an anti-Ole Miss agenda.
Oh my God.
Luther Burden is great. He is my Blitnikoff winner too. The difference in Missouri and Ole Miss and Jackson Dart and Brady Cook is that Jackson Dart has all the weapons. Brady Cook has just Luther Burden. And so
they returned their top 5 receivers, including their I'm going to pull up his name. I can't remember the other receiver's name, who was like, it was like Luther Burden, and then like just a step back was their other receiver.
I think Jackson Dart is going to put up ungodly numbers. It's like pulling up into Jay Leno's garage. You ever seen Jay Leno's garage? It's just toys everywhere, just fast cars anywhere you can look. Jackson Dart is going to have an incredible statistical year. Whatever you think about the record of the team, he is going to be great statistically. The Mackey Award, listen, I didn't do a lot of research. I picked Caden Priestcorn. I've seen him. He was a high draft prospect. He was a high draft prospect in the NFL draft, and he came back. And in a year where I don't think that there's not a Brock Bowers this year, I believe that Caden Priestcorn is going to be the perfect safety valve, red zone option for Ole Miss this year. And it's not a homer pick because I really wanted to just add several more Ole Miss players in here that I didn't. So this is the one I could have made the best case for.
Yeah,
Nagurski, we agree on this wholeheartedly. Harold Perkins is the best linebacker in football. He's quite possibly the best defender in football. And the Thorpe Award, I picked Travis Hunter. He's going to have the most eyeballs on him, and that matters when it's a media vote. He's going to have a ton of eyes. He's going to play both ways, and he is a good cornerback. And when he goes to the NFL, he will play cornerback primarily in the NFL. So that's my list. No real shockers, and I'm pretty bullish on most of them, especially my Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I feel like it could be. It's going to be Travis Hunter was who I was also considering, but I felt like that was kind of low-hanging fruit. Like he's an obvious one that, like you said, eyes are going to be on him. I think there's a chance. I really like Caleb Downs. He was really good at Alabama last year, but left because of Nick Saban leaving, and it's going to be really, really good against Big Ten defense or offenses. And so I think either one of those guys are going to be solid choices to be Thorpe Award winners.